Welcome back to Not Real Fishing, everybody, and today we are doing something kind of like last week. We're going to be reviewing this thing. I saw it on Amazon. It's called K-Fish Go. I've never heard of it before, but I thought maybe this would be something interesting to do for another survival video. This fell out. I did open it already just so I don't have to worry about cutting it open here, but it comes with this little, tackle box, and in this tackle box it gives you some rubber corn, some looks like waxworm imitations, some leadered hooks, 2 different sizes. It gives you 1 fly, and then I think this is a plummet. I've never really used one, but I think it's a plummet as well, so you can set your depth. So we have that for our bait. It comes with fishing line, which looks like it's 15 millimeter, so I don't know what the strength is of that. And then it gives you 3 of these rigged up floats and a hook disgorger, which I thought this was pretty cool because that's pretty much what I use my tar key as, but you can just use this instead. What I don't understand is this one says hook size number 14 on the smallest one, and then a hook 16 on the larger one. Now I don't know if theirs is reversed because these hooks all the same size to me. Yeah, these hooks all at the same size. We're gonna go straight in the middle with this size. It says it's hook size number 15. It's a small hook. We're gonna start with this one just because it's fancy. I don't even know how long this rod is. I should probably check that out too. This is the rod it comes with. It's just like I already lost the cap. It's right here. I don't know if it's a Tenkara style tip or if it's, nope, it's a regular old Canepole tip. Very light. So this should be very fun to catch anything on. It's very, very, very wiggly. It's fairly light. It's got a lot of wiggle. So we're gonna start with this, and we're gonna start with this line they give you pre-tied. It's on a slide and float, so this float floats freely, which is kind of cool. So we're gonna go ahead and tie that on first. I'm gonna use a clinch knot. I just do a few spins. Loop it through, wet it, and then pull it down. There we go. Trim off your excess, your tag. Then we're gonna unfurl this and see what we got. I've not even got the line out and I'm already getting snagged on stuff. Well, you wouldn't be fishing with me if you're not getting snagged, huh? So let's see what we got here. The line's a bit long for how much they give you on this. That's really long. That's really long, guys. That's way longer than the rod. So we're gonna try to untangle this. We might shorten it up a bit, but we're gonna try it as it is first, just because I don't feel like untangling this yet. Even though I have to untangle it from the, there we go. This float is all sorts of tangled. Yeah, this is way longer than the rod. You're looking at almost double. So I'm actually gonna trim this length. This is too long for how we're gonna be fishing. So we're gonna trim this length a bit and then we're gonna get back to it. So I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, we're all rigged up now. It has two sinkers and then another hook that's been tied on. They do the same thing the other company does, where they tie it underneath the eye instead of through it. It's a very small hook. They do give you bigger hooks, so we might change this out. But for now, we're gonna leave it on. And we're gonna start with, I know the waxworm imitation here would probably work pretty good, but I think we're gonna try the corn, because I'm just curious on how corn would work in this pond. I've never used it, in this creek I mean. So we're gonna get all our stuff organized first. And the hook on here is absolutely tiny. Like I said, a size 16, you know, really small. They do have a smaller one, I mean a bigger one. But we're gonna start with this tiny one first. We're just gonna hook this corn just like that. Maybe I should go a little bit shallower. Just barely snip it on there. Like that. Nice little piece of corn. And we are good to go. We're gonna fish it underneath the float. And we're gonna see if anything eats corn in this place. I never tried corn. And we're just gonna hopefully get something to eat. Now I have fished with corn before in other places, but it's been fresh corn, not artificial. Oh. Uh-oh. We're snagged. That was quick, guys. I think we're unsnagged. I don't know yet. Sort of. We're just bringing the whole branch up with us. So let's try it with this waxworm look. I have a feeling this might have a better reception. We had a bite. They missed the hook. This rod is very, very sensitive. There we go. Finally got us one, guys. Oh, got me under a branch. There we go. That's a nice sized bluegill. There we go, guys. So that would have been a nice little meal. I didn't bring the hook disgorger with me, so we're going to use our hook disgorger, which is the key. There we go. Got the plastic out, got the fish, and he's free to go. So that's using the soft plastic worm here. Now, we could have also done what we did last time, where if you needed bait, you could dig some up and do that as well. So it is nice that this one comes with some sort of artificial ability to catch fish if you can't get a hold of bait. And it does give you two types of baits, which is good. You know, wax worms are definitely pretty universal. Now, do these have a lot of action? No. Are they the most realistic looking wax worms? No. Are they catching fish? Sort of. Another little guy. Now I will say this rod holds up pretty good to the fight. I can't tell if you can see the bend, but they're definitely a lot of fun. I would be worried about catching something bigger on here, but it's definitely a lot of fun. And it does come with that one fly as well, so if you wanted to use a fly, there we go. You could leave it on top of the water and fish it like a dry, or you could just leave the sinkers on and use it like you know, like a wet fly, and just fish it underneath the water and fish it that way. So there are options of things you can do with it. But it's not, oh, a piece of grass. And the hooks are barbless too, which is also really nice. So if you are out somewhere fishing like this and you're new to fishing and you're still figuring out the casting, because, you know, it is a survival situation, you do hook yourself, you have less of a chance to get a serious injury, you know, and have to lose hooks because you hooked yourself. That won't be so much of a problem. Ooh, nice little guy. I do like this rod though. It's very sensitive. It's kind of like a hybrid between a Tenkara rod and a Canepole, which, depending on who you ask, will say it's the same thing. But we're at 3 now. So I don't know about y'all, but that's a meal. And you could always bring your own little, you know, you could take that tackle box that's in there and swap it out for other soft plastics. But this rod does have, it's very, very sensitive to the touch. So you can really feel when you're getting a tap, not so much the little taps, but if you have any tension in your line, you can feel it. So that's nice. Like, I just felt a little tap there, but my float didn't move. Like, I'm feeling taps now. Now I'm not. Now a tap. Now a tap. Just drag this along like a little waxworm drifting in the current. Fish it like it's alive. Had a nibble. All right, we're gonna move down a little bit more. So we're at 3. We haven't had to get any bait yet, so that's nice. Missed the hook. Check our worm. Get it back out there. Here we go. Another little guy. Oh, he's heavy. He's not that small, to be honest. Our line is tangled, but there we go, guys. Another nice little fish. Hook came right out. Gonna let him go as well. So let's untangle this. Oh, we're not tangled. It's a spider web. It's a spider web wrapped around the top. We're good. There we go. Try another little guy. Another little guy. So, all right, we're gonna, but you'll see that as an otter. There's an otter. Wasn't expecting to see an otter in here. Well, that was cool. I don't know if I got it on camera, but there's an otter. He's all down there towards the other spot that I was going towards. Let's see if we can get him on camera again. He's probably scaring all the fish, but oh well. We got enough to eat, right? That's enough for a meal. 4 fish. And I haven't even changed batteries yet. So that's 4 fish in less than, you know, in just a few minutes. All right, guys, we moved down a little bit more. It's been about 2 or 3 minutes since that otter swam by. So hopefully not everything is still spooked away. We're gonna fish this more open spot. There is a sunken drain right there. And it channels down this way around that corner. I'm hoping there was some fish. There was one. Sitting in the water over here, just kind of waiting on something to swim by. Oh, it came off. Come here, little dude. Another little guy. Not really the size I want to keep to eat, but uh-oh. Oh, okay, hold on. So the way these floats work is they slide up and down, and there's this black rubber band, ouch, that slides through, come on, this part, like that. And that's what keeps your tension on, like that right there. It's pretty cool how that little rubber just keeps it in place. It does tend to slide a bit, but because you're not casting real hard, it's really easy to adjust. It's also really easy to slide off. So we're gonna leave it about 1.5 foot, get another cast out there and see if we get anything. I see it just came undone again. That rubber band came undone. I think it's, oh no, it's twisted. Our line's twisted. There we go. Try this again. That's better. There we go. Little baby redbreast. Ooh, he swallowed it deep too. Oh, hey! Do you mind not tangling everything up in the process? And I did bring the hook disgorger, I just didn't realize that I did. This thing, I guess you just line it on the line like that, and then push it down. Oh, well, it worked. There we go. Little fishy. You just kind of slide it down, push the hook out, and then pull it back up on your way. Now, if you had to ask me which one of these kits I would prefer to have in a survival situation, I would say this one. But it's not because I think the rod is superior. I mean, it is nice, it's a lot more fun. But I would say it's because you get more terminal tackle for the price. Because you pay $20, you get at least 12 hooks. Well, no, you get 3 more larger size hooks, and each one of these comes with a hook that's small, so you get 9 hooks plus the fly, versus the 1 hook you get with the other one. And you have artificials, which I've been using this one soft plastic the entire time we've made this video. I have not changed it. So you get a lot more for your buck. It's more expensive off the cuff, and the fact that you can tie this up much smaller is also a major benefit to me, because this rod collapses to about that long right there, about 1.5 foot. It's a lot easier to stow behind somewhere in a backpack. I still think Tenkara is the most efficient survival thing to carry, because it's so light and you can have so many flies, and it's just so easy to pack down. But it's also a bit more expensive. This is, like I said, $19.97 on Amazon, and you have a nice little survival kit set up. Stuck on the grass there. And like I said earlier, with the hooks being barbless, I would recommend retying this through the eye of the hook and not to the side like it comes. I haven't changed it just because I'm honestly not worried about it at the moment. I don't think we're going to hook anything that's going to be so big right now on this tiny hook that it's going to really be required for that much strength in the eye versus the side of the hook. Whereas with the other Canepole, I'm using a much bigger hook, much bigger baits. If I hook into a catfish or something, I want to be able to fight it a little bit so I can land it, because I want to be able to eat it. Which you guys really seem to like that last survival video we did, and we got a little influx of subscribers. So we might hit that 500 sub mark pretty soon. It'll be time to do that catch and cook. So if that's something that interests y'all, hit that sub button down there. You know, like, comment, share. We're getting a nibble. There we go. Little guy. You know, like, comment, share, subscribe. Oh my goodness, come here. And we're gonna get some hand reels out here too eventually and give those a few tests to see which one. Now see, this guy swallowed it way down. So let's see if the hook disgorger is easier than what I use. So you're supposed to line this up that way. Slide it down, right? Oh yeah, I'll be danged. Popped right out. Nice. Oh, almost dropped him. So this right here in and of itself is really handy. I'm gonna keep this around. So far, I really like it. And it's plastic, so it's not gonna rust. Oh, and yes, this rod, it does feel a bit cheap because, like I said, $20. Not the most expensive piece of equipment, but you can clearly see it's putting in some work. So, oh my goodness, oh, that was a tiny one. He was absolutely tiny. You guys can see here that if you were hungry, we would have food. Now I am kind of curious how this would hold up to a larger fish. We're all tangled up here. I'm gonna shorten this leader a bit because we keep getting strikes on the fall before the float's even fully sunk. So I'm gonna shorten it a bit. Might be shallower on this side. Try another cast here. Ooh. This has got some fight to it, guys. A bit nicer than the other ones we've caught today. It does feel like this rod's gonna break when you swing them in like that. And this isn't a very large bluegill either. So I don't know at what point it would be risky to lift them. So, nice little guy. And even though these hooks are small, they're pretty beefy feeling. They don't feel like they would stretch very easily. The line feels like it could be, oh wait, we're all tangled up. Right? No, we're not, we're good. I don't know if you guys can see if there's a grasshopper swimming across the water, see if anything gets him. All right guys, we're gonna call it here, I think. We're gonna work our way back just a little bit towards the car. It's getting pretty dark and I don't even know if you guys can see anything. So I'm working my way past these trees. There's a little bit of light further ahead, but yeah, I would say with this pack, if you're looking for something that's you just want to throw in the back of your truck or in a like survival bin or like a container that you just want to put some stuff in, you can leave it in the packaging that it comes in. But the only reason why I wouldn't recommend that is if you don't have a knife, it's going to be really hard to get it open because it comes pre-packaged in those like clamped plastic things that are like heat clamped on the sides, which can be really hard to open. So I would definitely recommend taking it out of the container that it comes in and repackaging it some other way, just because it's so difficult to open. That's why I opened it at the house before I got here, because I knew if I didn't, I wouldn't be able to get into it. But for $20 off Amazon, I would say it's definitely worth the money. I'm gonna let it sit here in the water for a moment while I start packing up the stuff. And you know, oh, I'm getting a bite. Little guy. Absolutely little dude. So, like I was saying, it's nice that these hooks are small. I will show you before we leave real quick. I'll show you the other hooks. I don't know if I got them on camera very well, so I'll show them to you really quickly before we call this quits. I'll use my phone to get some light because it's getting dark. Let's see, do I even know how to get to my flashlight? There we go. So it comes with multiples of these pre-spooled and wrapped up, and then in here you get your kit, which, like I said, you get quite a few worms. You get 3 snelled hooks, 3 more smaller snelled hooks. Like these are a nicer size. You could probably use those to get bass, a smaller bass. This is the fly that it comes with. Not the best, but nice colors. The red and the green definitely would do some work. Does come with a plummet. I don't ever use them, but they're there. And you get 2 of these floats, each one with a little bit heavier of each float. So it's very nice in that aspect. So yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, share, subscribe. And once again, this is the name of the thing, K-Fish. It does come with line. Don't know how much, but you got enough to make at least 6 or 7, maybe even closer to 10 setups on this one rod. So it's a pretty good deal for what you get for the price. Whether you're just a beginner or you want to throw in a survival pack for whatever reason, then I'd say go for it. You're not going to lose anything but 20 bucks. But yeah. So anyways, you guys, take it easy.